Hey guys, as some of you may know, I actually have been doing a lot of these reaction videos for the past 3 months already, and I do think that the reaction videos need to stop because I actually have been doing a lot of these fictional characters making fun of Techna falling in the Omega Dimension, and I apparently used the Nickelodeon version. Apparently that fan base is getting very old nowadays. Unfortunately for this user, Julio Gonzalez, who used to do these Wings Up reaction videos, I decided not to do that is because, one, sometimes people would hate a show and they would like a show, but the thing is that you can't call anyone a hypocrite, especially when you are making these kind of reaction videos. I noticed I made one reaction video, but I just think this is like getting a little too far, so I'm gonna have to say this. Guys, if you want to do your own reaction videos, it's fine, but please don't do any like death threats, because death threats may get you sent to jail, and it's also against the law to do this. Apparently, I saw people doing these death threats and it's never allowed anymore, and I apparently have to say this. Guys, please stop doing a lot of these death threats on these comments or your videos, because if you do, you're gonna suffer the serious consequences and you may get sent to jail. This is not a lie, and I actually saw people doing this. Apparently this is the case why people would do such a thing like that, and this needs to stop immediately. Apparently for some people, they do a lot of these reaction videos, and they sometimes do a lot of these videos which are kind of okay, but the thing is you have to avoid using death threats when you're doing videos like that. Because if you do use these death threats are not going to make the person happy and will sometimes make the person commit suicide. So apparently for that, please don't try to use death threats on your videos or your reaction videos, because I noticed some people do that, and one user actually did these videos and it was not cool. I saw these videos of this user, Konstantin Odinikov, using these death threats. So apparently this death threat needs to stop immediately. And for that comment, when I was using the free dislike video of Techna falling in the Omega Dimension, this user said, "Are you even listening?" And it just got to my mind that I wanted to do a lot of death threats towards him. I just say this, I wanted to say that you're a disturber, a loser, and just shut up. And I just wanted to say a swear word and also try to say I'm going to kill you next. But I'm not supposed to use that word because death threats are never allowed on YouTube, and it makes the situation worse, and also sometimes it bothers the person when it apparently says like, oh, you're just trying to use a death threat towards other people. Fortunately, death threats can happen anywhere. So apparently the death threats need to stop, and I notice sometimes these videos are getting a little too far now, since I've been using my reaction videos towards some of the Wings Up videos or so. It's really like annoying to a person, and sometimes I would just be very upset with the person, and it's not really good to do that. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to change my behavior now, because sometimes when you rage with a person like that, the behavior is kind of unacceptable. I get really upset, and apparently this case like that, it gets to the fact that you want to do something bad to the person. Fortunately, this happens to me a lot, and my behavior got really worse once or twice. So apparently I do have some behavior issues and some problems, and I do have some little bit of speech delay. Apparently I'm special needs, and I used to be in a special needs school. Apparently this case even happens to people when they swear a lot. So the way I do this, I have to change my attitude and behavior as well, because this year I wanted to do a change. I wanted to say to myself that I pray to myself that I won't do this ever again. I won't actually try to do something which is bad or something which is like really annoying to people. Apparently I have been doing that for years now, and the first reaction video I just started, even though I still loved Wings Club, however, I apparently have to change my mind never to do this again. And also, I need to change the way I need to speak to people or to do something on Instagram, because I have been bullying other people. I have been saying a lot of swear words, mean language, and also swearing and trying to do something like that. So apparently, I have to change the way I speak now, and I have to improve myself that I will never say any more death threats again or trying to do stuff like that, which is bad. So apparently, this case is gonna get really worse because I actually do have a little bit of speech delay, I have developmental delay, and apparently for my friend here, Mr. Matthew Sia, he apparently does have the same thing as I did, but his condition is different than I used to have, so apparently this case is getting like a little bit difficult for me, and it's also getting for me to have some depression as well. Apparently, I started to have depression when I was a teen. Fortunately, for me as a teen, I suffered a lot of depression issues, and apparently I have trying so hard to study hard that sometimes I feel like doing stuff like that isn't kind of nice, and I should apparently learn a lesson why I shouldn't be doing that. It apparently happens for me once or twice when I actually did this so many times, and apparently I almost cried and almost like bawled out from my eyes. So apparently I have to stop doing the stuff I need to do. I want to improve my behavior for this past week. However, I actually have been saying a lot of these mean things to my friend Azan. Apparently, I want to change my behavior a bit, and I wanted to apologize for what I have done. And apparently, this case has been happening to me a lot ever since I was like 4 or 5 years old. And when I was actually like 5, I apparently said something really, really mean, really rude, or disrespectful to other people. And so I have to recognize myself. I should never ever said that word. So guys, this is just a reminder for you. If you do have like an Instagram, YouTube, or social media account, it's very important to use kind words or do stuff that you normally like. If you don't, then the situation may get worse. I noticed I did this like once or twice, but I have to stop myself from doing a lot of things which hurts other people. And I do think that the fact is I am very mean sometimes. I'm a little bit of a jerk or so. But the thing is, I need to pray and remember myself. God is always with me, and I have to use my words all the time. I can't be doing the same thing again, because every time I apologize to people, say for instance, Navin or Azan, the thing is to get worse, and I have like a little bit of issues. Because when I was a kid, I used to suffer like a lot of these traumatic days at school, and I do think that I think I'm gonna have to like break down into a meltdown or doing stuff like that. But this happens to me when I was a kid, and apparently, for this case, unfortunately, I do have like traumatic stress disorder, a little bit of traumatic stress disorder, and sometimes I do get a bit angry. And the thing is with me, I sometimes bully for Azan, which is never a great idea. I try to improve my behavior, but the thing is, I just hope for myself I shouldn't be doing these same things ever again. Apparently, I do have some behavior issues and depression. So apparently for myself, I need to stop my behavior. I need to apologize to people who I've hurt. the past week, and apparently this case is getting really worse. I apparently do suffer a lot of disorders, traumatizing things, and sometimes depression. But the thing is, I should never give up myself. I should always use my words, and apparently these things can happen to me a lot. So let's just change from bad to the kindest. And let's just change my behavior so that apparently I don't want things to get a little out of hand. I don't want to misbehave again, and I don't want to do any of these mistakes. So guys, let's just change the thing I want to be. I want to be good. I want to learn more about how you can be kind to others. And if you don't feel like if you want to talk to a person, you could just speak up for yourself and try to do something which is like really good. Trying to fight with people is never a great option, and I know that people fighting a lot sometimes, but you need to learn that not many people are your friends. They can sometimes be enemies. So be careful who you are. Be careful. Be careful of yourself. And that's all I need to say for now. For those people who actually do have Instagram or social media, they're like this, be kind always, be generous, be helpful, and speak to God. If you think that it's not going to happen, try to pray every time to God if you're feeling down, because God is always there to help you. He's the way, the truth, and the light. We live by faith and not by sight for you. We are living all for you. And that's all I need to say for now. And I hope this helps everyone to be good.